And we're back. Thank you for sticking with us. For those who did stick with us, if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it on Spotify, this is part 2 of episode 4 of Crit and Miss Presents Out of the Abyss. If you caught the previous episode, or if you were watching on Twitch, you would know the player characters, the heroes, have just made it out of Valkenvalve, where they were prisoners of the Dark Elves, of the Drow. Now, Sarathel just had a narrow brush with death, as he almost drowned in a pool of water by one roll, ladies and gentlemen. One roll, and he rolled a natural 20, because that's the way Mark rolls. He lives on the edge, figuratively and literally speaking. Now, before we dive back into it, I was just talking about my players, about a bunch of things that we have planned here at Christmas. Crazy ideas, the kind of things that could only be cooked up in this strange blonde head of mine. But yeah, we've got a lot planned. So if you're thinking that we've been a bit quiet of late, worry not, because we've got some crazy stuff coming up. Beginning with tomorrow night, we have a brand new one-shot adventure. It could end up being a two-parter. We'll see how we go. And we've got some awesome players coming back from that. We're going to be joined by the people. Where are they on the stream? So, right below me. You are joining me for that one, aren't you guys? Yeah, you're joining me, and Mark will be joining me as well, right? Yep.
One shot.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. One shot tomorrow night. So.
You're gonna hate my character.
I already do. And don't worry, there'll be a pool of water and a suit of plate mail for him to wear.
Too soon.
Too
soon.
No. He's a barbarian rogue. He doesn't wear armor. That's not going to tempt him at all.
I'll find another way.
There will be a barbarian other than me.
There'll be a monster which can pick him up and carry him 300 feet in the air and drop him. Then.
I can fly, dude. I got winged boots.
Oh, God damn it!
I can also fly.
Yeah.
Look, all right.
Also, you know that bear totem barbarian that you're taking to the one shot, Grace, to the battle royale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bear totem barbarian tomorrow night.
Look at that.
Sick.
Spoilers. We're going to be joined.
We've already had the
one.
character intro.
We're going to be joined for that one. Well, you're taking away my job here. I'm going to have nothing to say if you say it all. We're going to be joined by Christian, who's very excited, from Hermes D&D services. You've probably seen him in Critical Conversations and or Amongst Shadows and Stone, my very first one-shot adventure. And Mark's good friend Jeff will be joining us as well. They're playing an interesting duo of characters, so it'll be fun to see how that plays out. Then what date did I say the next episode of Critical Conversations is going to be? I believe it's the 7th of May. We have another episode of Critical Conversations. I'm going to be joined by Luke from Big Game Small Pieces. I think Christian from Hermes D&D is going to be joining us, but we're going to have a couple of new faces. We're going to be joined by Mitch from Among Mates. And we're going to be joined by Tim from Froth Minis. So we're going to be talking about all things D&D and tabletop RPGs. We've got a whole range of topics that we need to cover, because I don't know everyone knows it at this point. If you're playing D&D, you've probably seen the big announcement. Toby, what's your thoughts on that announcement? putting you on the
I'm not
spot.
gonna lie, I was looking at my character sheet and kind of zoned out for a little bit. Can you repeat the question?
I knew it. That's why I called you out. So I was just talking about next episode of Critical Conversations. I got a bunch of cool guests coming on. We're going to be talking about all things D&D and tabletop RPG. Obviously, there's one big topic that we're going to be covering. If you're playing D&D, I mean, you must know about this. What am I talking about?
Well, everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah,
because everyone
knows, that plays
that's-
D&D, they know about this.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I shouldn't even have to mention it because everyone just knows.
If you don't know, then you're a nobody.
It's just so common knowledge. That's why I shouldn't repeat it.
Toby, I don't know, so I need you to tell us.
All right.
Yeah, just remind me.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys obviously you're not staying up to date with your D&D news. All right. Well,
I mean, I
guess
might
I'll
have
to
heard,
fill
but
you
it could
in.
be anything.
We're talking about Spelljammer, guys. The recent announcement of the new Spelljammer sourcebook adventure. And
Is
all
that
kind
like
of stuff.
D&D in space?
That is exactly what it is.
I'm so
Spelljammer,
keen.
yeah, man. I and Mitch from Among Mates is probably going to run a Spelljammer campaign. I really want to get involved, but I'm just looking at my schedule. And I'm like, I don't know if I can make it work. But man, that's something that it's just cool, man. It's like D&D meets Star Trek.
Well, look, without giving away too much, there's quite a possibility I might find Spelljammer content really useful in my campaign.
Well, that sourcebook's coming out, and it's on special.
I will be looking into that.
It's on special right now, man. So check it out. Grab that because it looks awesome. And spoiler: there are miniature giant space hamsters. For those who know about that. That's canon now. Giant space hamsters are real. For those who played Baldur's Gate,
Oh my god.
that's it's tugging the old nostalgia strings. And of course, if you like listening to the sound of my voice for some reason, or if you like the look of my luscious beard, you're going to be seeing more of me because I'm going to be joining the guys over at Valiant Odyssey for their very first D&D live stream. Of course, Valiant Odyssey do a D&D podcast. Now they're doing a live stream, and they've asked me to join them. That's actually going to be starting up. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you guys this yet or not, but that is going to be commencing on the 19th of May. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing a character called Praxilius Ethdenator. Now, Remy, what race is Praxilius Ethdenator?
I'm gonna guess Dragonborn.
Okay, we've got a Dragonborn. Grace, what do you reckon?
I think. Arakirka. Rin, maybe. I don't know.
An Aarakocra? Okay. Yeah, no, that's the correct pronunciation. Aarakocra. Mark, what do you reckon?
My first thought was Dragonborn as well, honestly.
Okay, Dragonborn.
But I think we talked about this after the last one shot, but I can't remember.
Okay, we got two Dragonborn, we got an Aarakocra, and Toby, what do you think?
I'm getting Leonin vibes from that.
Vibes. Okay, cool. I love it. I'm not going to give you any spoilers now, but keep your eyes open on the Valiant Odyssey Facebook page because he's making up character cards to introduce all of the characters. So they might be dropping. The DM Aaron is a very, he's artistically challenged. Not challenged. That's the wrong word. No, he is artistically. What's the right word, Mark?
Inclined?
He's a great artist. We'll put it that way. He makes all his own character art.
Artistically gifted,
Gifted,
talented.
Talented, that's the word I was looking for. He's very good. I am artistically challenged, is what I wanted to say. He is artistically talented, and he makes all of his character art and all that kind of stuff himself. So he's going to be dropping character cards soon on their Facebook page. So keep an eye open for that, and it might give you a little hint as to what race he is. Let's dive back into Out of the Abyss though, because that's what we're here for. Let's talk about where we left off. So you guys just left Velkenvelv. You headed towards the northwest via a tunnel that led off towards the northwest that you believe is going to lead you to the Dark Lake, to a village called Slubladop, which is where Shusha is from. But there's some mechanics that we've got to talk about before we get into the whole traveling thing, because of course you guys have no rations, you've got no water, you know you have how far, at least probably 8 days or so of travel before you reach the Dark Lake. So let's first of all talk about how fast we're going to travel. Let's talk about pace. Alright, so you know that's going to take around about 8 days approximately to get there. Now you can move at a fast pace, a normal pace, a slow pace. If you move at a fast pace, you're covering 8 miles every day, give or take. If you're traveling at a normal pace, it's 6 miles. At a slow pace, it's 4 miles. So if you're going faster, you go 50% quicker. If you're going slow, you're going 50% slower. Or 25%, not 50%. If you're traveling fast, you get a -5 penalty to your passive perception. You cannot forage. Okay, you cannot. You don't have any spare time to do anything else but book it. Traveling normally, normal traveling rules apply. You cover 6 miles, you can forage, scout, do all that kind of stuff. I've made a flow chart that we'll go over in a second, and I can tell you exactly all the things that you can do. You can travel slowly, 4 miles, you get improved foraging, you'll find more stuff as you go, and you can use stealth while you travel. Okay, so you'll roll a group stealth check. If something tries to ambush you, your stealth check will be compared to their perception, and if it's good enough, you can bypass that particular challenge completely. Is everyone cool with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Question. Are we starting off like from we've got the hit points we had at the end of the last scene, or did we get a chance to rest before we set out? Like even a short rest or anything?
Well, I'll quickly go over what you guys can do while you're traveling, and then we'll decide how long you're going to travel before you take a rest and all that kind of stuff. So basically, what you guys can do is, and I did send you guys this chart before the campaign started. We have one particular good player who brought that up. Yay! So we have you can forage for food. You will roll a survival check to see how much food you're able to get. You can study. So you spend time learning a new language, but only if you have the correct book available to study from, or someone is there to teach you. You can train, so you learn to become proficient in a single weapon or tool, but you need access to the tool or weapon to train with. You can teach someone something, so you need to spend time doing that if you want to teach someone something new. You can do animal handling if you guys had an animal to train, but you don't at the moment. And you can navigate. All right. So first of all, let's think about what speed are you traveling? What's your travel pace?
Still being able to find food.
No, just
not yet.
Full gate.
Yeah, full gate. Not wasting time on food now. We're just full
running.
full
right.
running. We
So-
had like for like maybe 2 hours. We just go into fast-paced move, and then like after those 2 hours, have a short rest, and then get our bearings, and then
Another
Go from
full
there.
send, and then reevaluate. Full Geetus.
All right. So
we just need to make as much distance as we can between where we just left.
Right. And if we think there's any chance of an encounter between immediately leaving the cave once I've woken up and our first short rest, I want to dump some healing into people before we go,
all right.
just so we don't get ambushed with like 1 hit point.
If we're traveling quickly, I mean, you got to do that before you go, because if you're traveling quickly, you're not going to have time for that.
Yeah.
You're just going.
So can I do that now?
Yeah.
We're about to be attacked by a giant blob.
Yeah.
As
All right.
well.
So I'm gonna lay on hands for Thrash, so 5 hit points straight up, just bam, and then I've got 2 spell slots.
And that's it.
for cure wounds.
Everyone's going. That's the most you could do for now. If you want to do more healing, you're going to have to stop everyone and potentially allow that thing to catch up with you.
I can
let's
only
just
do
run.
1.
Just run.
Okay, well, I probably would, if I'd known I could only do 1, I probably would have picked me or Perseus, because we're both much lower than Thrash.
All
Oh,
right.
you just heal you then. That's
Just
fine.
heal yourself.
I'm
and then go.
going to heal Perseus.
No, do
That's what I'd do.
you do you. I'm already running. You do you. I'm already.
Alright, cool.
All right.
All right. Well,
Because the
I'll
others
spend
aren't
a spell
waiting.
slot
You can stay there and do more healing, but there's the potential that you are then it's gonna catch up with you, and you're gonna go into
yeah,
combat.
no. If everyone else is happy to bolt, I just
Alright.
don't want to be on 1 HP. That would be really bad.
All right, so now I need to ask you guys another question. So we're moving fast for 2 hours, which means we'll figure out how much time you make or how much distance you make up in 2 hours. I need to ask you for a marching order. I need 2 marching orders. One for if you are traveling single file, and one for if you are traveling 2 by 2.
I go. Myself and the what's that? Sushi are gonna be up front because he's leading. I'll be like, he's kind of offsider.
Yep.
Just helping, assisting him, like sort of navigate and just kind of being up front in case something comes from the front.
Okay, so this is the 2 by 2 order. Okay, so we got Perseus, Susha. Does anyone want to be right behind them? If not, I will
Yep.
start putting other characters there. Yeah, okay. Who's up?
Yeah, I'll go. And as we were running, I'm like, I'll pass out like some of the stuff we have, like a sword to someone if they don't have any weapons, and a spear.
So, like I said to Serathel, you're moving.
Even as we're just jogging
along.
along, I've like just pull a spear out, give it to someone, keep jogging along. Shh.
I'd say everyone's sort of equipped now, right? Yeah. The only thing that we're
The
missing.
party are.
Yeah. Everyone's sort of equipped. The only thing that we're sort of missing at the moment is those who want to don armor. Yeah. The only thing that we don't have is armor here. So everyone has their equipment. You just haven't had the time to put your armor on. So
No, even like our other players, our other dudes. Sorry, not our players. Our NPCs, so that they're not defenseless.
yeah, they've got all their gear and stuff like that. They have their own character sheets. So
Okay.
they're good to go. So we got Perseus, Susha up front. Then we got Athera. Anyone who you would like to have with you?
As long as it's not the deep gnome next to me, I don't mind.
So the deep gnome next to you then.
No, as long as it's not the
Oh,
deep gnome.
The deep gnome right behind you then.
No, that's even too close.
All
Put him right at the back.
You know what? Let's just
Oh,
for
Thrash
shits
will
and
be at
gigs.
the back.
Let's put Darendelle.
Yeah, I was gonna
There.
say I'll take up the rear as well, since I took time to cast a spell.
So Thrash and Serathel will be at the back, and then we'll just put the rest of
Wanna
these
do the-
idiots in the middle.
We do the order like on here as well. If you want to like just move our characters into like a file kind of system here, so we can just like kind of visually track on the screen as well. If you want.
Full disclosure,
Good
I'm on a
idea.
different scene.
Okay,
so-
then disregard. Never mind.
I can't see it. I'm just writing it down. And we'll just stick to a similar thing. So Perseus, you're going to be up front. for single file. Athera, you want
So
to be
maybe Sushi in front, because like would be at the very tip, because he knows where he's going. So I'd probably just be like just behind him, but yeah, at the front.
okay. So Shusha up front, Perseus, you're right behind him. Athera, you're gonna back him up, or you're gonna go a bit further back. You're Athera, so yeah. Where do you want to be?
Yeah, like second from the front, up towards the.
Okay, up towards the front. So Athera is there. We'll put the rest, and I'm assuming Thrash and Sarathel bringing up the rear guard.
Yep.
All right. So the rest of the idiots go in the middle, and then Thrash goes there, and Sarathel can just go right behind Thrash. Like that.
I switched back into the chain shirt since we haven't had time to actually don our proper armor yet.
Yeah, so you haven't had time to sort of do that. You're going to travel for 2 hours. Now I need to talk about light. Most of you can see in the dark except for Perseus. Casting the light spell?
Just something.
No, I won't be. After I'm just basically get as close as I can to Sushi and just kind of stick on his heels, basically, and just annoy him and just keep hitting the back of his heels like the annoying person who always looks behind you.
I'm pretty sure I can dancing lights, unless we're trying to not use light to stay hidden.
Yeah, just this first bit.
Try not to use light.
Just this first little bit, we'll just like go full dark and just run, and then just stay hidden. And once we get a bit further away, we'll crack up some light.
All right, so you're traveling fast, and you've got no light.
I hope this fish can see the dark.
He can. His eyes are good in the dark. But I'll tell you what. I'm going to need a roll from you to see if you have any unfortunate accidents while traveling in the pitch black at a sort of breakneck speed. What should I roll? I think an athletics check probably covers that pretty well. Give us an athletics check, and I'll put the DC is pretty high. I'm going to make it 14.
23.
23. Not only is that good enough to beat a DC of 14, it is 5 higher. So I am going to say, Sarathel, you have a little bit of time to cast another healing spell as a little bonus for that success.
Excellent. Well, I will. Thrash is still on 9. I got 5 from before, so I'm on 6. Perseus, you're on what, 2? Yeah.
3,
so, 3, yeah. So I'll put a cure wounds onto you as well. Let me just bring the spell up. Curing wounds. Oh, you got 12 points of healing.
Oh,
from me.
shit.
So
awesome.
You should be doing quite alright up the front there.
There you go. Alright, now.
Excellent.
Traveling for 2 hours. I believe I have to do some rolling here. No, we're all good. We need to decide what. Oh no, you're traveling quickly, so you can't really do anything except for traveling. I've got a lot to read here, guys, so bear with me. I need someone to. Oh no! So Shusha is going to make this check. So he needs to roll a wisdom check, and I'm going to say he's going to roll that with advantage. So let's roll a d20, and then sort of eyeball what his wisdom is going to be. Alright, good. So, that's not great. But I did say he was going to roll that with advantage. Roll that again. Ladies and gentlemen. While that rolls, I'm going to read. get there. Okay. So yeah, all right. You guys travel for 2 hours through the pitch black corridors. All that you can hear and all that you can feel is the stone beneath your feet and the heavy breathing of everyone as you make good your escape from Valkenvalve. 2 hours pass uneventfully, but about an hour and a half in, something like that, everyone roll a perception check for me.
And you said it was disadvantage when running at a fast pace?
So it'll be a -5 to your check. So
15.
10.
I mean, -5, 10.
10. Got a couple of 10s. All right, Perseus.
5.
Look at that. You're on fire, Perseus.
Yeah.
10.
23 minus 5, 18.
3 minus 5,
Nice.
10, 10, 10s. We got lots of 10s here. Perseus, it's nothing big, but you feel the ground shaking. Maybe it's because you can't see, alright? So you're more attuned to your other senses. You feel the ground vibrate beneath your feet, just subtly, for a second, and then it's gone. No one else really seems to notice. You continue on uneventfully for 2 hours, and then Susha comes to a stop, breathing heavily. What do you guys want to do?
Just turn around to sort of the whole collective and be like, everyone take 10 minutes, put on armor, and get yourself equipped with some sort of weapon. Catch your breath while you can. We're moving out in about 10 minutes.
I've already got all my armor on, so while everyone's getting their thing on, I'm going to go around and cast prestidigitation on everyone to get all the water off their clothes so they're not running around in wet clothes getting cold and sick.
Nice. This is the point at which I'll donate that chain shirt to somebody else and put my regular chainmail back on.
Yeah, put my chainmail back on as well. And divvying like all our random stuff we got, like all those spare light crossbows and stuff, and the swords and chain shirts out to the NPCs of the group. Make sure everyone has something to protect and defend themselves.
If there's a spare short sword, I might grab one of those as a backup weapon.
Yeah, and
Just
I'd
have it on
like
my
a
belt.
crossbow, if that's
Oh yeah, and a
feasible at all.
hand crossbow and some bolts just to make sure I've got some range if I need it.
We've got 6 of them. I'm sure they're big enough for us. Yeah, I'm gonna take a crossbow.
You can have my crossbow, one of you two, because I have got.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll be right without it.
Alright. Do you want a light crossbow, Grace, or just the hand crossbow?
I'll just take a hand crossbow. I don't really
Right.
think it matters that much.
Take the light one.
And then I'll pack of 20 bolts as well. So
Yeah, sweet. Find that.
And
Thank you.
let's see. How many of these are on a quiver? It's 20. Three cases of
Why
hand crossbow
does
bolts.
only magical ones come up on the thing? Oh, there we go. Turn the weapon filter off. Oh, okay, I see. One bundle gives me 20 bolts. Cool.
I'm gonna take one of these.
Should be.
Alright.
But item is open. No. That's right. I had a short sword as well.
Oh, I need a dice. Sorry, I'm just doing some dice rolls here and some housekeeping stuff. Sorry, guys.
You're right. I think we're doing a bit of housekeeping
That's
as well.
okay. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Oh, that's better. My armor class is back where it should be. I might also take the opportunity to, Sven, we should probably,
Yes.
this would be a similar case to the other gear, the other hand crossbow I had on me. I had some drow poison that I picked up off of that first,
Okay.
one of those first drow we knocked out. That
Yeah.
be gone as well, probably, or
you fell into the water. You had it tucked
Okay.
into your thing. Let's roll another one. I'll make the DC 12 for this one because it's a small.
Alright, so what am I rolling?
It's not a
Just
thing. Roll a 20. Now roll a D20, and if it's a 12 or above, you've got it. You're fine.
nah, I rolled a 2, so I don't have
Wow! I really like you as a player. You can join
I'm
any
sure.
of my campaigns at any time.
that. Yeah, when
It's
you roll like
amazing.
that.
I also need a D10. It's easier to do with this rather than trying to find it. Man, a lot of rolling to figure out what happens in this particular campaign.
I get my axe back.
Lots of really crunchy mechanics, guys. If you're thinking about running Out of the Abyss, if you're a first-time DM, wouldn't really recommend it. There's lots of really crunchy mechanics that you got to keep in mind and keep track of. If you're a more experienced DM, you can have a lot of fun with this. I am somewhere in between, so I am pulling my hair out and also enjoying myself.
I don't really need to.
That's all righty then. So you guys stop. You start handing out equipment. Everyone sort of starts getting themselves ready. How long do you want to spend waiting here? Do you want to keep moving quickly or?
Yeah, only like at max 10 minutes when everyone's got their armor on and weapons fitted, and then we're going again.
Probably
Alright.
going to need to be at least 15. I've got to doff the chain shirt and don the chain mail. I think I need 15 for that.
Again, I forget how long putting chainmail on takes. It's only a chain shirt. Shouldn't take too long, right?
That's the one to take off. Is a chain shirt, but then I have to put on chain mail, which is heavy armor.
Aha, so that is going to take a little bit longer. Toby,
Yeah.
talk to us about donning heavy armor. How long does that take?
10 minutes for heavy.
10 minutes
10 for heavy.
I ask this every time and I always forget. So it's going to take 10 minutes. You've got 10 minutes so to chuck on your armor if you wish to do so. Anything else?
As soon as everyone's got like something to defend himself and then something to protect himself, we're going again.
Good to
Yeah.
go? All right.
Sure.
We take the same sort of marching order as you guys continue on, plunging yourself into complete darkness again, I'm assuming.
Yep. This the same way that Sushi's leading us, just
Yep. Shoes
Beeline.
leading you again. Let's get that athletics roll again from Perseus. See if he can stay upright as he travels to the complete suffocation darkness.
I don't
saw
like
that.
I think I set the DC at 14, so
Use your inspiration.
beat that with a natural 1.
all right.
Do you have any inspiration left now?
I used it on my death save.
Okay, all right. So no
Couple sessions
inspiration.
ago, so no, it's a natural 1, baby.
All right. Fantastic.
Oh, no.
Okay, so not only do you not beat that, I'm going to give you a little bit of a complication. What should that complication be? How bad is it going to be? I'll tell you what. You're traveling along, and you catch your foot like in a crack in the floor, and you twist your ankle, and you cannot keep that pace up any longer. You're going to need to slow down to a normal pace or a slow pace. It's the fastest that Perseus is going to manage. And if someone's carrying him, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to be traveling at a normal pace, unless you want to leave those people behind.
Nice knowing you, mate. Hopefully you get out of here. No, well, if that's the case, if I see him slow down, then we'll get everyone to slow down. We'll go at a slow pace, and we'll do some foraging until he can get better.
Well,
Try to get some food and
I could just heal
water.
his ankle.
With someone's assistance, you can still travel at a normal pace. Of course, yeah, you can drop a healing spell onto him.
Just a little bit of lay on hands, because that's all I got left. But like 1 point should heal a twisted ankle, right?
Will I allow that? Is that going to be enough? He rolled a natural 1. It's going to take 3.
All right, let's do that. I mean, we can still slow down if we want, but at least Toby's not going to be hobbled. Or his Perseus not going to be hobbled.
Either way, I'm getting that staff that no one's using. I'm going to just kind of chuck that in my arm. I have like a crappy, what's it called? A crutch, like a crutch type thing with that staff that no one's using.
Okay, so...
All right. So do you want a bit of ankle healing or not?
It's... If you can, yes. But if not, we'll just...
I can. You won't need a crutch. Like, you'll be right. I just got to dump 3 points in. That's fine.
I like
the 2 left to bring people back.
Of Perseus moving along in a crutch. Maybe you just do it so you can get compensation from work.
But look, Bugger, you got heaps of hit points. You can hobble. We'll slow down and get some food. I'll save the lay on hands for if anyone else gets knocked out.
Yeah,
that's better. Yeah, let's do some.
Yeah,
let's slow it down. We'll have the weaker people in the weaker people, like the more if everyone looks weaker or looks bad or bruised, have them in the middle and then have like a small light on them. So maybe if I cast like light on like a little...
I can dancing lights and give us 4 orbs that I can move around, so we can leave 1 in the middle, and then if foragers want to take them, I have to direct them, but as long as you don't go too far, if I can still see you, I can move the lights around to follow you.
So I want to make it too big of a sort of light source.
I can also condense them. Into 1, and that will give the same light radius. It's just I make it a bigger shape. Like I can make it appear to be like a little humanoid form or something instead of 4 lights. So either way, we get like, I think it's 20 foot, like 10 foot bright and 10 foot dim. I'll just check.
We'll keep going at a so we can passively search for like forage for food at a normal pace, or at a slow pace. We can do that.
You can do that at a normal pace. You get a bit of a bonus to foraging at a slow pace, so you'll find more.
We'll go at a normal pace and start foraging at a normal pace.
So dancing lights is only a cantrip, so I can recast it, but it only lasts a minute at a time, so it's probably only something I could use like in a foraging party rather than leaving it on a location. And it's only a 10-foot radius of dim light, so it's not going to be super revealing.
Yeah, I'll put light on my now Gandalf staff, and then throw like my old prisoner rags over it, so it's not as bright. So it's like a 40-foot, bright light that has a rag over it now. My old like raggy prison clothes over it, so it's like a torch through a t-shirt kind of thing. So if it kind of dulls it a little bit.
Okay,
and then I'll walk around like hobo Gandalf, just walking around with my glowing staff. I'll lead this forage for food.
Tell you what, I like it so much. Give yourself some inspiration from that.
Right.
I enjoyed that. I like that little creative problem solving. Now. someone needs to do the foraging. You can relay this to one of your companions, the fellow prisoners that are traveling with you, and also obviously someone can assist with foraging. Someone will need to roll an assist. 10 or above is successful, and then someone needs to roll the actual foraging roll with advantage if the person is successful.
Well, if Toby and I are the ones with light, although a lot of the rest of us don't need it, but it's helpful.
Okay.
I'll take the lead on it.
Yeah. What's your survival? You got any bonuses? I don't.
A little bit.
Yeah, cool. I got nothing, so yeah, I'll assist. I'll roll a 10 plus for that, Sven.
Yeah. So yeah, just roll a d20, and if it's a 10 or
No,
above,
I rolled a
shiny.
9. Okay, I'm not rolling for important stuff anymore.
9. Look, man, I'm gonna give it to you, but maybe something fun will happen. Do you want that? Is that a devil's bargain that you're willing to take?
What do you reckon, Toby?
Psychedelic mushrooms.
Not
It's not so bad. Yeah, you didn't miss it by
mushrooms.
5, so it's not like I'm gonna drop something on you that's gonna kill you. But it could be some fun complication. But it's up to you.
I mean, I'm down.
Take a loss.
Take a loss.
All right. So roll a survival check, I suppose, while I have a look at what I wrote about rolling for foraging. So taking time to forage for extra provisions. Roll a survival check.
Yeah, 18 plus 4, 22.
So 22. So DC determined by accessibility of food and water. Okay. So you rolled a 22. I was gonna set the DC at pretty high. 16, but you beat that.
Right.
So let's have a quick look at what it says about foraging. Real quick, how much do you actually get? Alright, so survival check, TC is typically 15, as high as 20 in some parts, so 16 was right. Additionally, many creatures of the adventure. Okay. Creatures need to forage to acquire supplies. Alright, you, I suppose, are a medium creature. Apparently you get 16 pounds of food.
16?
Yeah, that's
16?
Oh no, sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing here. No, that seems ridiculous. That's not right. Sorry, I was reading the wrong thing. It doesn't actually say body travels at a normal pace. To foraging, it doesn't actually say how much you get. So I'll tell you what. With that 23 that you rolled, I will get you to roll a D6. Let's have a look at something here. Yeah. So roll a D6 for me. You find a mushroom. It's got a broad grey-green cap and a light grey stalk. Roll a d6.
3.
3. So you get yourself 7 pounds of food from this mushroom. One of your companions finds you as you bring it back, and he's like, "Oh yes." Maybe Papito is like, "Oh yes, this can be cleaned and soaked in water for about an hour to become a palatable food. It's edible. It's not nice, but it's better off to be made into bread, but this will do quite nicely. And I need you to roll a D4 for me.
Oh, I got a 4.
You got a 4. So you find like a small pool of water as well while you're traveling, and there's enough there. There's 4 liters of water.
Cool. I can once we've had a long rest, I can purify that. Unless we want to boil it, but I have a spell.
I think we'll crack
food and drink if we need to.
We'll keep moving for a few more hours, and then when everyone's sort of getting towards their last legs, we'll find a suitable place to make camp for the night, and for the rest we keep moving on.
All right. So traveling at a normal pace. How much longer are we going to travel for?
How long did it take us to? How far did we move while still foraging at the same time?
So normal pace, 6 miles a day, as opposed to fast, which is 8 miles.
So we could just continuously travel at a normal pace and just forage as we go along.
Yes, you can keep doing that every day. In fact, I'll break it down into 2 parts, but the DC may change for foraging as water and food becomes more scarce and all that kind of stuff, and yeah.
Yes, we go on for 2 hours, had a rest for an hour, and then maybe we go for another 2-3 hours, because we did the 2 hours and start running, and then another maybe 2 hours, then sort of go on normal speed, roughly.
Yeah.
And then if we push another maybe 2 hours past that, with 6-hour travel, and then rest for the have a fucking big rest. I thought we are gonna maybe even try and find a place to have a long rest so we can gear up for another day's travel after that. Cause that's about what broke out of jail and fought and then ran for 4+ hours. We probably looking at a long rest soon. So push on for another maybe 2 hours.
Another 2
at
hours
at
a normal pace. All right. So
normal pace. We'll still do a little bit of foraging as we're going to, and then we'll divvy out the food when we find a good place to camp and have a long rest and
add another
divvy out the food.
2 to that. So another 2 hours. So you've travelled 4 hours in total, but essentially you've made 5 hours of progress because you spent the first 2 hours travelling quickly. So I've just rounded that up to add a little bit extra time. All right. Let's have a look. While I bring something up here, guys, just bear with me for a second. Okay. Fair enough. So I will just. You guys can see that little map that I've brought up now for you guys. All you should be able to see basically is Valkenvalve at the moment in the bottom right hand corner there. So I'll reveal a little bit more just to show you guys that you've travelled a little bit. You're heading along this road here, so just reveal a little bit of that. There you go. That's the direction that you guys are travelling in. You're travelling at a normal pace. Sorry, just give me 1 second as wow, there's a lot here to keep in mind. Let me just write this down. And then I will go to travel. Make another roll. D6. Okay, so that one, another D6. Okay, so you guys are you're making your way through these caverns, these narrow sort of corridors. Shusha is leading the way, and he seems to be fairly confident in the direction that he's going. Well, at least as far as you can tell from his strange alien sort of features, big googly fish eyes that seem to glow in the light of your hobo Gandalf staff. The passageway narrows somewhat. You're travelling sort of single file. It gets narrower and narrower, and you sort of have to squeeze through. But it opens up when you get when you travel about 20 feet or so through this narrow passageway. Did the wrong thing there. As you guys are traveling, you can swear you can hear something up ahead. But it's just for a second, like maybe a rock fell or something like that. But that's all you sort of notice, and that would be you, Perseus, that hears that first. What do you want to do?
Also, just put the staff like behind me and kind of just indicate to him to slow up a little bit, and then I'll just kind of have him like kind of just angle my head and just kind of listen out towards the direction we're traveling to see if I hear anything kind of coming, or like like scuttering footsteps, anything sort of coming towards us. Kind of bend an ear.
All right. Roll a perception check for me.
13.
13. All right. I will also roll something. That one. Oh, what did I get? Oh, that's going to take a while to roll, so I will do something else while I'm waiting. Things are starting to slow down again on my end a little bit. The dice is like it's taken this entire time to roll across the screen while I'm looking something up, which is still hasn't loaded. Did I say looking something up? I'm also forgetting how to speak Common, as it's known. Yeah. Okay. You swear you can hear voices from up ahead.
In Undercommon, you said?
No, they're speaking a different language. What language do you speak?
Elvish in Undercommon.
No, you don't understand what they're saying.
Can I hear them?
Well, the party sort of comes to a stop. You can hear Perseus. I'm assuming you put your hand out and you're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. That's what happens. So narrate to me how you want to react to that situation, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just sort of listening out. I can hear voices, but I can't hear. I'm guessing I don't understand the language either. So I'll just kind of look back to the rest of the group, like the party as a whole, and then just kind of tap my ear and then point out to the direction that I can hear it coming from.
Alright, I'll have a listen out, but at the same time, I'm gonna just like hold my shield up to my chest and close my eyes, and I'm going to. Where is it?
Also dropping my light as well.
Yeah, I'm going to use Divine Sense. So until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover. So if there's anything of the celestial fiend or undead type ahead of us, I'll know that.
You are not sensing any celestials, fiends, or undead.
Well, that's promising. Can I hear anything? Are they speaking celestial, maybe? Probably not, but...
I'll need you to roll a perception check as well.
Okay.
The dwarf sidles up to you, Athera. She's like, what is it?
7.
What's going on?
Something up ahead, but we're not too sure. We're trying to, do you want to come have a look? You look like you're a bit sneaky. Should we go have a look?
Not sure if I should take that as a compliment or not, but sure, I could have a look.
I'll come with you. I'll follow you.
All right. So what did you roll? Sorry, Sarathel?
7.
7. Okay. No, you can't really make anything out. Maybe Perseus was just hearing things. Maybe he's going crazy. You don't know. But you don't hear a thing. What's Thrash doing while this is happening?
I think you muted, Grace.
I'm not muted anymore.
You did what I did.
So Thrash, sort of seeing the party has stopped, and obviously seeing that very clear cue, makes her way to the front of the party, and then sort of seeing those two sneak off, Thrash would like to sort of lean in and try and see if she can catch anything, because she's got heightened senses, maybe.
Give me one moment while I remember what I was just saying. Okay, that. I'll give you that. Roll a perception check for me.
Definitely. Let's see. That's an 18.
An 18. All right. You can hear some shuffling. Just light. It's coming from up ahead. You can see the corridor that you guys are heading down continues on for 5, 10, 15, 20, about 35, 40 feet before it takes a sharp bend towards the left. It's about 10 to 15 feet wide. 15 feet wide at just certain points. That's all you notice at this point.
Okay. Sort of seeing Athera and the dwarven woman start to sneak off, but also hearing the shuffling. Should I do this? It's probably going to cause some trouble. It's up to you because you're the DM, obviously.
Egg Noobles. Sorry. So didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Sorry, no, that's my fault. It's up to you, obviously, because you're the DM. How would you feel about a stealth roll performed while climbing up a wall?
Ooh, okay. A stealth
and on top
check
of the roof.
While on the ceiling.
How would you feel about that? Like, I mean,
don't know how
it's up
I
to you.
feel.
Obviously, there'll be negs, but at the same time, it's a tabaxi trait, and I do have a +6 to stealth. So,
I mean,
it's up to you.
Using stealth while climbing, not such a big deal. I'm not too worried about that because you get slowed down a little bit by climbing, but using stealth while climbing upside down, I mean, even climbing upside down on a stone surface, that I'm not so sure about. I guess I have to make a DM call here. I will allow you to climb on a vertical surface. No problem at all.
Okay,
If you want to start climbing upside down, that's going to require some rolls. And rolls obviously means bad things can happen. So that's up to you.
Yeah.
But yes, you can use your stealth while climbing because you have a climb speed. So I'll allow it if you want to climb along the walls.
Well, I might just climb really, really high out of view, if that's okay with you, but following Athera and the Dwarven woman, but going towards the sound predominantly.
I'll say this narrow corridor, 50 foot high before it tapers. So,
50
before it tapers into
okay, I have a climbing
corner.
Okay, I got a 30-foot climbing speed, so I can get up fairly high fairly quickly. So I will just use my 30 foot of movement. Let's see if I can do this stealthily. Is there a check for climbing? Even though I've got a climbing speed?
Not with a climb speed. A climb speed, you can just do that shit. You know, that's just what you do. I got
a 19 on the stealth.
In certain situations, like extenuating situations, I can say no. The wall, there's no footholds, there's no handholds. It's just not going to work. But generally speaking, I'm going to say yes, you can climb pretty much anything. If there's a certain crazy situation that does not allow it. So you rolled a
19.
A 19. I do believe you, but there it is. Okay, so you rolled a 19. So you're going up. How high? And then across. How high?
I'll take it up to 30 feet. 30 feet. I think 50 feet would probably be a bit much.
Alright, so you're 30 feet high. Now, Athera, you're going with Eldith?
Correct.
Alright, yep. So she's going to be moving quietly. I'm assuming you want to as well?
Yes.
She brings out her longbow and notches an arrow, holding onto it with her fingers, crouches down, starts moving along as low down to the ground as she can. Skills. Let's roll one of those. You can see this is sort of her thing. She's quite proficient at moving quietly.
Yes.
Let's find out how proficient. Alright, so we've got that number. Yeah, she's moving pretty well. Now I just need one from you, Lady Athera, and we'll see what happens. I think we should be pretty good.
Well, I'm going to use my inspiration. And I'll roll that bad boy again. It's better.
I'm just gonna,
That's much better.
While they're creeping up, I'm going to get that crossbow ready, load it up, and just like notch it on my shield as we're advancing, and I guess like staying back from those guys. But
all right, so Eldith, Eldith starts creeping ahead. That's what you see. She has a longbow out. She has an arrow notched and ready to go. You see Thrash scamper up the wall like a weird cat crab, and Lady Athera sort of follows behind Eldith, almost knocks her foot on a large loose piece of stone. Eldith stops.
Yeah, so I start stealthing, and then like the first couple of steps I like slip a little bit, and then I'm like, oh. Yeah. And then I refocus myself.
Eldith sort of stops you and just indicates a better way to go for you to go around, and you manage to make your way stealthily creeping through the darkness. As she gets to about there, and I'm assuming Thrash is up on the wall somewhere, she stops, holds her hand up, She holds her hand up with 2.
And then I pass like 2, then pass it, like make sure people behind me.
Assuming you're up with her.
There's like 20 people behind just squinting in a different direction, just trying to see anything I can't. So I'm just squinting.
You've just seen them just move off into the darkness. You can maybe just barely make them out with your little bit of dim light that you've got there. But that's about all you can see.
How far does Spore's telepathy go? Our little fungal friend. How long does that?
The way it sort of works
range-wise?
is you're speaking, and it's sort of like you're hearing 2 voices. You're hearing what the person is actually saying, and there's like a translation over the top of it, like 2 voices sort of speaking over the top of each other, if that makes sense.
Like when you're watching the news and they got translators speaking for like foreign politicians, and
yes,
you can hear one under the other.
Exactly like that. You're hearing,
cool.
you're hearing 2 voices sort of overlaid over the top of each other.
Well, I guess
how I say.
Thrash, understanding that they probably wouldn't be able to see or hear anything. God, this is with the 19. Can I just like tap my really gently, but enough that they could hear me? Just tap on the wall twice, like enough to make like a sound like a rock would make almost.
I mean, you would also be able to figure that I'm still standing next to Perseus and I can see in the dark.
Well, okay. I just hold it for 2 then.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure everyone else in the group of prisoners also has dark vision. I'm pretty sure it's only Perseus that has this problem, so that's why I'm sticking back with him.
So I'll give you guys. I'll give you guys your options here. You know they're there. As far as you can tell, they don't know that you're here. So if this is a hostile, I mean, you can engage them, and you will get a surprise
what are
round.
they?
You ask that of her, because really you're the only one that's close enough to her to be able to communicate Aethera effectively. So, do you ask that?
Yeah.
She turns back towards you. Like come in close type thing. Do you lean in, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
She whispers in your ear, 2 goblins trying to lay an ambush, which means there's probably more.
Are they just by themselves?
As far as I can tell, but goblins wouldn't move through the Underdark in just pairs.
We could you could shoot one, I'll shoot the other, and then we'll run back to the guys and see if their friends follow us, and we do a little cheeky counter ambush on them.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, you ready?
You lead the way.
I'm gonna be like, just go like countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then on 1 I'm gonna not shoot yet. I'm gonna be like, I'll go on the left, you go the one on the right. So we're shooting different ones.
Are you trying to do this quietly as well? See if you can take these guys out without making a sound.
Oh, it's Eldritch Blast. I know it's going to make a noise,
make
but
a sound. All right, well, don't worry too much about it. But you will get a surprise round. So,
Eldritch Blast.
And before this happens, I'll allow Sarathel or Perseus to do something just before this kicks off. Is there anything that you wanted to do before this happens?
I've got my crossbow prepared, so if I can see what they're doing from here, I could probably fire off an extra shot as well, just in case.
Well, I mean, if you're going to start moving up, you're going to need to start rolling stealth checks as well. And
that's why I'm sort of like hanging back, because my stealth not good.
Okay.
I'll put a 1 foot forward, then hear the jingle jangle of my armor as hits the ground, and then step back and shake my head and be like, "Nah, it's not for me."
So I can't see the things they're talking about from where I am. Then.
No, you can't see
right.
it. It seems to be around the corner.
All right. Well, if I can tell that they're about to try and surprise them though, from here.
Yeah, you can see them readying their weapons on something.
All right, if they're doing that and we're going to prepare for that kind of thing, I'm going to switch the crossbow out and take my longsword out instead. Get ready to run up into the fight once they're coming at us, and I don't need to be stealthy. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait. Oh, actually, no. Can I prepare an action, just sit there with the crossbow ready and fire it at the first thing I see that comes around the corner?
I will say if something comes around the corner that will go off at the top of the round as soon as it becomes available.
Yeah.
But because we're not in combat yet, I'll tell you what. Why don't we roll for initiative, and then we'll decide what we want to do, and we'll find out what happens. We'll go a little bit longer. Let's all talk about what we got for our initiative rolls, ladies and gentlemen.
19.
11.
I
17.
destroy the tension by allowing you to see what exactly is around the corner. Okay, so we have a 19 from Aethera, a 17 from Thrash the Troublesome, good rolls, 11 from Serathol, middling, and another middling roll from Perseus, a 10. Good stuff. What is this number here? That's new. Okay, cool. So I'm going to say that they will be surprised for the first round. You guys have a surprise round. Lady Aethera, you're up.
I can't actually see them on my screen.
Oh, yes. I will reveal a little bit to you what you can see. Now, you know they're there, so I'll just reveal it. Let's close that for a second. So that pair of little cheeky goblins hiding around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, so then I'm gonna, because we've surprised them, so I'm gonna come up to here and I'm gonna launch save the rolls. Let's just see if we can actually surprise, we get an advantage, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna shoot this one here, the front one, with a Eldritch Blast.
I'll allow it.
Oh, that's better. 17 to hit.
Well, I mean, I'd have to actually look up to see if you do get advantage on
if a creature's surprised.
I think we're talking about different game rules here. Flat-footed? Is that what we're talking about?
If you're surprised, you can't move or take actions on your first turn of combat.
Yep.
And you can't take reactions to that group until it ends. So yeah, 12 to hit. Sorry, then
12 to hit. Sorry to take that away from you. I think that is an older rule set that you get advantage on attacks. So a 12 to hit. Let's find out if that hits. My poor innocent goblin that was just minding its own business until you barbarian. I could probably actually see that right there. I don't need to bring up the character sheet, but anyway, no, it doesn't. It does not. Unfortunately, you cast your spell and it glances off the rocky edifice of the sharp left hand end up ahead.
And I'm just going to cast Hex on it as a bonus action on the one at the front, and then I'm going to dip back. So I moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 back down to here.
And your Eldritch Blast, what does it actually look like? What does Aethera's Eldritch... I think we've talked about this before, but give me...
Yeah, it's like looks like a shadow, like a shadow streak just goes wisping through the air. And it kind of glows a little bit.
What does Hex do again? Is that extra damage when you hit them, or...?
Yeah.
Only you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right. End of your turn?
That's my turn,
That's
yes.
your surprise turn. Then we have Thrash the Troublesome. You are 20 feet up, I think we said.
I did it again.
You did it again.
30 feet up.
30 feet up. Alright, so you're 30 feet up on the wall. The goblins are about 15 feet further down the ravine, and then a sharp bend to the left. They're just around the corner. What do you want to do?
Okay. So, how would you feel about moving into melee, jumping down from the roof, and using my claws to slit their throats from the impact? How, like...
I love these questions.
I've actually looked into the rules of falling onto another character for the one shot tomorrow night.
Yep.
You're both gonna take damage. Basically, you roll the regular falling damage, and it goes half and half between the faller and the person being landed on. And then if you were to attack at the same time, maybe but you could also end up falling prone after it happens.
What I'm hoping for, here is my logic, here is basically my piece. I'm hoping that since I'm a cat, A, I land on all fours. B, I have claws, so I'm hoping maybe that sort of as I jump, I'm like, and then I sort of like hook in, attach, and then you know what I mean? Like that would sort of be landing, and then the actual impact of the falling onto him would cause the claws to sink in, basically creating daggers. It's just, I mean, your call.
All right.
Your call.
Okay. I've thought about it. I like this. So you're gonna move up into melee range. You're gonna jump down. You are going to take some damage from the fall. They are also going to take some damage from the fall, and you can also make your melee attack as you hit them, and I'll give you an extra point of damage if you're successful with the attack.
I've got to look up the falling rules though.
Alright.
I don't want to do it if I'm gonna lose all 9 of my hit points.
No, you should
you're
be
obviously
fine.
I should be fine? Okay,
Yeah.
well I'm going to do so
It's only
then.
30 feet.
I am
you'll be
literally
One thing,
while Thrash is just going to run.
One point of
Up the
order
wall,
that I will say is I would have said they would get a dexterity saving throw to maybe avoid you jumping on them, but they've got no reaction, they've got no action, they're surprised. I'm going to allow this to happen.
Nice.
Tear me apart in the chat, guys, but I like this. Let's do this. Let's crawl along the wall.
Hell to the yeah.
And
loving it. Okay, well, let's do it.
Like my cat when I haven't fed it in the last 3 to 4 minutes. Go feral and just attack everything in sight. Let's do it. Let's first of all roll some damage. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It's a D6 for every 10 foot that you fall. Does that sound about right? Yep. So roll 3d6, and you're going to take half, and he's going to take half.
This is going to be so crispy. I'm scared.
So that's going to be bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay, that's only 4 damage.
Only take
that's
half.
not bad.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, so
okay.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. He takes 4 points of bludgeoning. As you land on top of this goblin, this spell had just glanced off the rocky edifice. It sort of jumped up and then before it can even react, bam! You land on top of it. Roll an attack for me.
L to the yeah. Okay, let's do this. I have claws. Where do they live on this thing? Okay.
Pretty sure it's a...
Does a 7 hit?
No.
Please Please say yes.
7 is not going to hit, unfortunately. You rolled a 2, so no. Sorry.
This was going to be so cool.
Not quite enough. Tell you what, it's inventive. Give yourself a point of inspiration.
Hey,
there we go. I like fun things. I like it when characters jump off walls and damage themselves. So you are... I'm just going to put you up right next to him. There. Actually, no, it would make more sense if you landed there, I think. And I will reveal some more of this dark passageway. So we'll go reveals these. There. Who likes my map, by the way? This is another...
it's nice.
Very nice.
Another crit and miss creation.
Not
These,
too-
for those who have an incarnate subscription, I've made these public. If you want to use them in your game, feel free to do so.
Incarnate's awesome.
Yeah, man, it's been such a lifesaver. None of these maps are included in the campaign, so I've had to sort of put them together so we have something to play with.
90% of the maps in the campaign I'm working in, I've made an incarnate.
So we should actually talk about that. So you've moved, you've jumped down, you've made your attack. You have a bonus action if you want to use it.
I'd like to slice and dice,
damage.
please.
You can attack
If that's okay.
if you can attack as a bonus action. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I can't attack as a bonus action. Oh, well then I would like to rage as a bonus action.
Yes.
Okay. Rage does not give you any bonuses to hit, does it? It's just a bonus to damage, and you take less damage and all that kind of stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty much. Yes.
All right. That takes us to Serathel's turn.
All right. So the jig's pretty much up. We don't need to worry about stealth anymore, right?
I'd say probably not.
Cool.
We've gone loud.
All right. What's the go with moving through spaces occupied by my allies? Can I, or do I have to move around them?
No, you can just go straight through them. You can't move through enemies. You can move through ally spaces.
Yeah, sweet. I'm going to use my 30 feet of movement to get there. I imagine I can now see the goblin.
You have a clear line of sight. You are green to go.
All right. I'm going to shoot him with the crossbow.
Okay, I will allow it. You are in dim light. You are going to make that, I believe, with disadvantage.
Even with dark vision?
Even with dark vision.
In dim light?
Darkness becomes dim light.
Dim light becomes
Dim
bright light,
becomes
does it not?
bright light.
So I should be able to see just fine.
You are in darkness, which means you are currently in dim light.
Oh. In that case, can I just Sacred Flame his ass?
Does that require a saving throw, or is it a spell attack?
Saving throw.
Then you can absolutely do that.
Excellent. So I will I'll just sort of again hold my shield up and let me just check the proper thingies for that.
Oh, I will also say if
Sacred
you've got
Flame,
a shield
verbal
up,
and
you
somatic.
can't have a crossbow out at the same time. But
Okay, I did say I'd braced it, but I'm gonna drop that and pull my sword in the next turn anyway, so it's not gonna matter.
yeah.
I didn't think there was anything about dim light imposing disadvantage on attack rolls.
Am I thinking about the wrong thing now? Is it just dim light disadvantage on perception checks?
If you're heavily obscured, you're classed as blinded, but dark. That's only like darkness. Dim light just is on perception checks.
Oh, there we go. Look at me
Either way.
trying to impose
I'll still Sacred Flame him. So I
disadvantage.
guess I don't need. It's just verbal and somatic. So I guess I'll drop the crossbow because I'm going to do that anyway. I'll pick it up later, and I'll make the hand wavy thing, and I'll say the magic words, whatever they might be, in some weird celestial tongue.
Yep, we want to hear it.
Yep.
We're all roleplay here, guys. I want to hear your magic words.
Vostak Fuller.
There you go.
And he'll reach his hand out, and then it won't sort of go from his hand. It'll just be like it'll appear where the thing is, on the spot of the goblin and just like burst in like yellow flame kind of thing, or flaming light, just like that. And if it works, it works.
And he needs to make a saving throw, dexterity.
Dex save, DC 14.
All right, let's roll a dexterity saving throw. If anyone's wondering why it's so quiet during this stream, I shut down Sirenscape early tonight, just getting ahead of the curve because I knew it was going to mess up. Maybe once I have 2 PCs up and running, I can, make things run a little bit better. Alright, so he needs to make a dex saving throw. So maybe before next episode we'll have our cool Sirenscape back up. I even made custom soundscapes for this, but now I can't play them, which makes me
I can always run that on my laptop if you're worried about it overloading things, and send you just a separate feed.
Yeah, that alright, so he rolled a 9, which I'm assuming is going to be a failure.
That's going to fail.
Right.
So D8 damage, radiant damage from that. Rolling. Fuck off. 1.
Alright. I guess you're really trying not to singe Thrash, who's standing literally right next to... Oh, look at that. We have some spell effects going on. Thanks,
hey,
Grace.
nice. Yeah, almost got it. But
Appreciate it.
Look out. But also it's actually a cleric cantrip. I have it from a feat. From my fighting style, the Blessed Warrior Paladin's fighting style. So I'm maybe not quite as familiar with Sacred Flame as a spell as I would be my own Paladin spells. So, still getting used to it. It's one of the first times I've cast it or something.
You didn't quite get those magical words right, but next time.
Yeah.
Next time, there won't be a next time. Perseus, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet next to... Yeah, I'll go up to Seraph there, and as I'm running, I'm just going to take the rag off my light of my hobo staff, my hobo Gandalf staff, seeing that 40 feet of light expands out, so I can actually see things.
So we've got 40 feet of light at the moment. I'll chuck that on you so we can keep track of what's going on.
I'm not sure I had a little ring to me. I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, around 20 feet around me is bright light, getting 20 feet past that is dim light, so 40 feet of light sort of around me in total. And then I'm going to just sort of drop my hobo staff on the ground in front of me, and then draw my sword and be like, okay, too far away for tough. And I'm like, okay, magic, let's do magic. And I'm sort of thinking, I'm just going to start whacking my sort of sword and shield together to kind of think of something. And then as it does, I'm going to whack my sword into my shield. It's going to ring out and get louder and louder. And I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the first little goblin there.
Alright. This guy not having a good day. Thought he was going to have a fun ambush. Gets ambushed himself. Cat lands on him. Almost tears his throat out. Someone casts spells at him. Singes his nose hairs. It smells bad now. Talk to me about Toll the Dead. What did he need to roll?
I missed a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
That's the bell, the ringing noise from my sword accidentally whacking into my shield kind of rings out and gets magically loud around his ears, and then gongs.
This might surprise you. These creatures aren't very wise. So 11. Fail?
That's a fail. And does he have? Is he missing any of his hit points?
It'll surprise you that when Thrash the Troublesome landed on him, and then he got slightly singed. Yes, he's missing some hit points.
Right. So that changes the damage die from a D8 to a D12. So he takes.
All right.
Not great. He takes 4 necrotic damage.
4 points of necrotic damage.
What is with us today?
That is
Doing
enough.
so well out of combat.
Can everyone else hear this, or is it just the target that hears the tolling of the bells, for whom the bell tolls?
I think they're around from everyone can hear, people in around his immediate vicinity can hear it, but he hears it ear-burstingly loud.
Okay. Yes. You can see he clutches his ears as they start to bleed. You can see the blood pouring from between his fingers. He winces in pain, topples over, and you can see blood now leaking from his eyes and ears. It's like this black goblinoid blood. He doesn't make a sound as he dies. Alrighty, let's change his current hit points to 0. The first goblin is dead. That is the end of the surprise round. We're going to get into it properly now, but before we finish up for tonight, I'm going to give Lady Aethera one more turn. You can hear now that this loud bell has been tolled, some responses coming from further down the passageway. There's one more goblin still in front of you. What do you want to do, Aethera?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there, and then I'm going to launch bonus action to move my hex onto him because the other one died.
Yep.
And then magic missile into this dude. So 3 darts.
3 darts. All right. Roll 3d4.
So damage. So 5 damage. 5 damage.
Points of damage.
3 damage. 13 damage.
Oh, so okay, that's a pretty good roll. So 13 damage in total.
Yep.
Before we close up for tonight's game, I'm going to pass it over to Lady Aethera to really narrate in great depth and detail how she squashes this goblin menace.
So she just comes around the corner holding her scythe and like flicks her fingers, and there's 3 darts, just one after the other, go through the same hole in the forehead, just pushing more and shadow into his head. And then as the last one hits, he kind of like falls to the ground as this black shadow, the smoke is just seething out of his forehead. And then she looks around of who she can put her hex onto next.
You can't see anyone just yet, but you can hear some answering voices coming from down the passageway. Some more muttering in what appears to be some type of foul language. And then you hear a common language. Well, what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. Go! And that's where we're going to finish up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of episode 4 of Out of the Abyss. I'm going to leave it on that cliffhanger, and when we come back in a fortnight, we're going to find out what happens to this party of 4 brave adventurers. And just realised that I did not add Eldrith Feldrin to the combat tracker, but she'll get into it on the next episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright.
For those who stuck with us for the live stream, thank you very much. If you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, we appreciate it. Make sure you jump on Twitch and give us a follow there as well as on YouTube and as well as on Spotify. Jump on our Facebook page and show some love to my fantastic group of players who are not only coming up with new ways to challenge me as a DM, but they've been extremely patient and helping me build this channel. Who does anyone want to do a little sign-off message before we finish up for tonight? Does anyone got anything that they'd like to talk about? Doesn't have to be a cause or anything like that. Could be anything. No? Radio silence. I can hear the crickets chirping. Well,
can I shamelessly promote a festival I'm going to play at?
Oh yes, no, please do. Talk to us about the festival with this cool. Oh no, the echo's gone. But anyway, you can continue.
Oh, I can put the echo back on.
No,
don't push a button down here.
Restart.
So my band, the Firelight Collective, is going to be playing at Palm Creek Festival. I've forgotten the date, but it's like mid-June. out in Calcium. We're doing the Thursday night locals night, so it's like a little bit before the festival officially kicks off, but a lot of people turn up early. So that should be pretty fun. And we're doing sort of a bit of a promo gig for it on the 7th at the Herbert. So most of you lot will be critical conversating. But I will be unable to join because I'll be off playing some music. Should be a bit of fun, a bit of reggae, a bit of rock. But yay, fun times.
Awesome. So yeah, check that out. That is the Firelight Collective. You guys, where can people find you on the interwebs?
The firelightcollective.com.au, I'm pretty sure, and on our Facebook page, which is just Facebook/the Firelight Collective. And we post about stuff we're doing there.
Well, when I say Mark will hopefully chuck up a link for that on our Facebook page sometime
I will
later.
do that.
Check that out.
Yes.
Palm Creek Folk Festival.
Yep, looked after by the Townsville Folk Club. They're pretty awesome. They hosted the gig I went to last night as well.
Yeah.
They do a lot for the local scene.
It should be a good time. What did they say? It was one of the biggest folk music sort of festivals in Queensland type thing.
Yeah, like I mean, you know, for what it is, like it's not Woodford, but they're connected with Woodford, and you know, most of the folkies are sort of like, you know, they work with each other to help each other out. But it is one of the bigger regional folk festivals. It's the biggest kind of folk type event that we have in this area, certainly. And it's been going for like I think nearly 30 years now. And they've just secured a new site, which is it's in the middle of being set up properly. Like it's all just pretty much like it was bare land when they first got on there, but they've done a lot of work already. And that is like thousands of acres that have been, you know, basically we've been told, go ahead, do a cool festival for as long as you like and use as much of the land as you want. So it's only going to get better. And it's a really, really hard-working crew of locals that, you know, have been supporting the local music scene for a long time, and not just music either. It's like, you know, as festivals are, it's lots of different types of creative. There's circus stuff and fire performances and workshops and all of that, and it's always a fun time, family-friendly, and yeah, it's pretty good. So I highly encourage people to come along.
Check that out, guys. That brings me to my sign-off point for tonight. Won't bore you for too long, but we'll just talk about music. Music for me is something that inspires me in my creativity. Whenever I'm writing one-shots, campaigns, characters, all that kind of stuff, I can almost guarantee you that that one of the main inspirations for that is music. I am not a musician or anything like that, but it's been a big part of my life, and it's helped me through difficult times. Tonight's game, the theme was fear, as we started off with, facing your fears, and music has helped me face a lot of my fears. So if you enjoy folk music, if that's your kind of thing, make sure you head down to the Palm Creek Folk Festival, and it maybe will inspire you in the way that my favourite music has inspired me to do what we're doing here tonight.
Yeah, we get all sorts down there too. It's like we got folk, we got reggae, we got rock, blues. Like it's, you know, there's a little taste of everything cool at Palm Creek.
It's gonna be awesome. So on that note, if you're still watching live, stick with us. We're going to go through a little end scene, and then I might do a channel raid to finish up. But other than that, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you all had a good time, and we will see you in another fortnight for episode 5 of Out of the Abyss, where we find out what happens with the rest of this combat. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I love you all.